PNC News. My name is Leslie Verkyker and I'm back like not your father. In today's news, Manchester United won a football game. Yeah! Yeah! Yes! Award-winning comedian Della Olifanto has a show at Empress Palace on the 26th of April. Must be so happy. Buy a ticket at Ticket Pro to find out how happy he is. Yeah, at PNC, we are all still so shocked. Kaiser Chiefs can learn from you, Man United. Kaiser Chiefs can learn from you.
And Bruno Fernandes cannot.
In other news, the proposed 0.5 VAT hike has drawn criticism not even Rasta can draw. President of Kgotatso, Zingiswa Losi, said a planned VAT hike would further burden the poor, even though they used to hiking. Okay, I added the last part. Choke, added text. I put it together because it's a union. Yeah, at PNC News, we've invited our own criminology expert to find out how the VAT hike could influence his business. Fake studio audience, please welcome Makora Tulala. Hello, Makora.
Hello, Mr. Verkyker.
Thank you for taking time off from your hectic schedule of crime to be here with me and the fake studio audience.
Yes, it's lovely to be here, and I'll get to the audience later.
Okay.
For now, yeah.
The Minister of Finance, Enoch Songtonga, has proposed a 1% VAT hike across 2 years. He said Murena Buluka Sichaba Sayesu, which means the VAT will be hiking very high. How has this affected your business?
Obviously, iparanga sabeki klefenga thandeki
Yes.
is suffering. It's difficult these days. You can't even mug the regular Joe, so to speak. We are now focusing on the rich and the elite.
So
Even our crime is focused on rich people. Because firstly, there's a tax break. We get reprieve. And then the broke people, they don't have anything. They are carrying Samsungs. They are eating KFCs.
Samsung, high sense, my brother.
No, I didn't sense anything. But I could feel that we are going to suffer going forward. We have to focus on the rich and the elite. At least the 5% makes a difference. So even when I give back to the community, I know I'm giving back something worthwhile.
All right, I see. And sorry, I'm so nervous.
Don't be.
Okay.
Hold the gun. It will make you feel confident.
Enoch Songtonga was also quoted as saying, Hizwa imitandazo yetu, which means the VAT hike increase is temporary measure aimed at addressing immediate fiscal challenges. Do you believe him?
Of course not. Of course not. How can getting more money increase in physical challenge? I'll tell you how. They will fight back.
So, fiscal.
Even the fist, you are right. They will fight back. They are physical because there's too much money going on. You see. So now, where is Makora going to get the money from? Even if I put you in the oven, there's no electricity.
Yeah.
The threat is no longer a threat. How can I show you with your last born if the shower is cold?
Okay. You've heard it here first. Thank you, Makora, for taking time off from robbing Tolesmo. Fake studio audience, you can leave now. Makora has promised not to rob you. Nah? As a big FU to the GNU. What?
You already spoke, my brother. You see, even you, it's affecting you, this text. You are forgetting your role.
So, Hi. And in other news, a Brazilian woman was arrested allegedly trying to smuggle cocaine at Cape Town International Airport. The Sundown supporter was found with cocaine in her Brazilian hair. She thought this is South Africa and she could get away with Brazilian hair. Sorry, Ronaldo Relisha. This is South Africa. It's Vin Petro. You going to jail and we keeping the cocaine and the hair. A Hawk spokesperson said a 33-year-old woman who also had cocaine hidden inside a sport bag next to her soccer boots. She came for trials and now she's gonna be on trial. National Police Commissioner has made a pledge to clamp down on drugs entering the country, Brazilian hair or not. That is it from us at PNC News. See you next week, same time, same place, without Kumbuleka. Yeah. My name is Leslie Verkyker. Fuck my cloud.
Boys, cheese girls, and the cheese babies.
Yes.
Welcome to a super ultra delicious episode of PNC. People in need of comedies.
Yeah.
Before we get to it, I want to introduce my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh from a haircut, he smells like methylated spirits. Ladies and gentlemen, rocking a t-shirt. Yaubana limuriri. Yes, he's rocking the Papa Penny t-shirt. Out now, Gola. Make sure you get yourself one.
Yeah.
Cheese boys,
Yeah,
cheese
that's
girls, cheese babies. Please put your digital hands together. Help us welcome the man who's wearing hiking boots but drove here. Tsitsi, Chiumya, the barbaric.
Yes.
All right, and my other co-host is proof that even though you can lose weight, it won't affect the size of the head. Ladies and gentlemen,
It actually shines more the head, you know?
Shine.
Bari imunyola mafura, imunyola ditsila, mare imunyole forehead. Ladies and gentlemen, the epitome of a Musliminity, rocking her fasting look today. Let's come on, Loyiso. Olabile, holadi grr, 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 grr. If you hear those sounds, let's say ya Ramadan. Ladies and gentlemen, Farieda, Pharoahfi to the fees. And in the back, looking like a big box of matches from Macro, please put your digital hands together for the one and only Chandray Abrahams.
Lion.
And a man who has no excuse today because there is no load shedding, but came to work with clothes that are not ironed. Please put your digital hands together for the one and only Thabiso, unironed Mhlongo.
Yes.
Wash and wear.
It's a look, my brother.
All right.
Fashion forward.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
in the seat today, looking at his watch, Casillo.
that's okay.
Please put your digital hands together.
Yeah.
Make some noise for a man rocking soccer socks for a soccer team that look like basketball socks.
What?
Yeah, I
He's under pressure. He's under pressure.
Yo.
He's never fluffed this before.
know. Yo.
Because basketball socks are shorter.
No. Yeah,
Guys,
no.
soccer socks
The
are long.
pressure.
You are
Basketball
outborn.
socks are shorter.
You are out my brother. You are out
Basketball players wear socks.
You sounded like Tsitsi.
Ladies and gentlemen, sitting on our hot seat, a
Yeah.
man so long that his toilet has a back seat. Please put your digital hands together. Make some noise. Give it up for the man, the legend, the international superstar.
Yes.
Yeah.
A man who has a name that sounds like what he does when he's on stage. Loyiso, Gola.
Oh, man.
Kazuya Gora.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Pops, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, Pops, sir.
Thank you, Loyiso.
Man.
Yeah, man.
That's all you
It's
got.
all underwhelming.
I could feel your energy the whole time.
I was like, Pops, come
Not
on,
impressed.
Brother, please, eh? Please,
Okay.
eh?
Lawyer, I
I
practiced
think
that
we
for
need
2
to
days.
introduce you, nah.
Yes, thank you,
Yeah,
Tsitsi.
dressed like 2000 at the memorial.
No. Oh, so you laugh at that, lawyer?
It is funny, you dressed in black.
Yo, my nigga died. It's Mpho.
Shout out to my man.
Shout out to my man, Zadam.
Bookie and him.
And you know, 2000s only discover their friend's name at the funeral.
You know whose name I discovered at his wedding? David Carr.
Cosmos.
Yeah. No, it's You know the uncle who gets up and he goes, Mtana, obviously in Tswana, but he's like, Cosmos Mojalifa.
Oh.
David Cow. I was like, Cosmos Mojalifa.
Yo.
You will never survive with that name in Joburg. That's like a full Kronstadt name.
Yeah.
Cosmos Mojalifa.
Mojalifa.
Kim James.
Mojalifa.
It's named after a soccer team.
Cosmos Mojalifa.
Yo.
Hey, you know you are touching a nerve there because they are amongst us as well.
We have names of that nature.
Do you know a guy called Lintsinsiri Naftal Masipa?
I suspect he's on my.
He is the Oni.
He's on my.
Oh.
But that is a weird thing there, because like I feel like as South Africans, especially if you live in the hood, like they always like pick the worst part of your life and then like make it your nickname, and that's how you discover, because like your whole life you just know this is Bala and this is Balas. You never know. There's a guy named Offie, né?
Offie.
Yes,
In Murmur.
in Breitbach, right?
Yeah.
And bro, I couldn't believe it, bro. I never knew his name, but the reason why they call him Offie is because he was an orphan.
Oh, damn.
But that makes sense.
Ovi.
Yeah, I mean, like the hood is also like a very traumatic place
Yo,
for people. So they don't compute trauma the same way. Off, you know what I mean? They just like, that guy, hey, Offie, and then it is what it is, bro. It's intense if you grew up in Disneyland. But if you grew up in the hood, you're like, dudes catch heat all the time.
What
bro.
it be?
Yeah, there's a homosexual guy in my hood.
Also called Offie.
No, his name is. The M is silent.
With the M.
M is silent. No, bro.
You guys are horrible.
Offie.
Hey, man. No, this guy's actual name is Tifa.
Differ.
Yeah,
What does Tifa mean?
Tifa, like the root word for different.
Oh, bad.
Differ.
Tifa, yeah, but we call him Tifa because in the hood, you know.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
Tifa.
it needs to have a...
We had a gay
So
guy.
that's crazy, bro. I'm sure there's guys in your neighborhood who are limping, one eye. They're like the gay guy. Tifa, that one. We're a different guy. That's the odd one out over there.
I've always wondered about that.
Everything else, no worry. That man would
That's what I've always wondered about. Did he get the name because he was obviously homosexual, or was homosexual? You know, which one came first?
No, I think it's a clever name because he's different, but he's also a diva.
Yeah.
So diva.
It is, maybe.
Yeah.
Pops, shut up.
Yeah,
Just
no.
explain to you where the name comes from. Why are you coming with your nonsense
Eva
now?
now. We already do.
Hi, my name is different.
But the hood does that.
You
The
know
hood
what they
does
call gay guys in my hood?
What?
Baby girl.
Wow.
And they can't call them too much. They're like, hey, baby girl. They're like, "See,
That's
girl,
crazy because your thing on Wholesome Father is
it's
baby,
baby
girl.
girl.
Wow.
Hey, man.
What are you saying?
Man.
Wow. Tsitsi. Wow.
I-
The truth.
The cat is
I
out of
have
the
never
closet.
been this lost in my life. I don't know what
But
you guys
also
are.
you're 40.
Whoa.
Hashtag more. Not effects number.
Can I just say something?
You used to have effects number, ne?
Why would I ever?
And you knew it by your head. You with a durag on.
Hey man, send it to 6665.
Just to wait for it in the office. You know when it's still
Yeah,
coming
it's
out.
coming out.
It's blank. It's blank. It's recent.
No, I've never personally had a fax number, but there was a certain point where you could email someone something, and then it could come in as a fax wherever you were,
Yes.
which is a crazy thing.
Did you have a pager?
Groundbreaking at the
You know,
time.
this This is how old I am.
You had a pager, I knew it.
No, I never had a pager. But when I was young, to check in, you had to be at the fucking airport.
Oh, yes. Manual.
You couldn't check in 24 hours before because check-in meant they's fucking down.
So you had to be at the airport.
This idea of like you can check in the day before blew my fucking mind. I said, bitch, I can still miss the flight.
Yeah.
So I'm not checked in technically. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense. So now it's like so many things confuse me. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm not No, you are checked in. It means you're coming.
Yo,
but
no-
I could still not come,
Yes.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
like
a weird
bus.
thing. Huh?
It's like a bus. But like a bus, as long as you can see it, you can check in. A plane is not like that.
I'm not trying to be classist or anything.
Yeah, I also
But
didn't
I
know
haven't
how the
been
bus
in a bus
works.
in a very long time. Maybe I'm doing well.
Last time I was in a bus, they were playing Van Damme. And it was
I
new.
haven't been in a bus in a while.
I've been in a bus 2 years ago.
We
to
can believe
Durban,
that.
Yeah, to Durban. It was such like the flight was just a little bit more expensive, and it was still
Little
those,
bit,
those
you say.
days where you got booked in Durban, but then you calculate, you're like, okay, so that.
So
gives
you
me
lied about your
1,000.
whereabouts.
Yes.
Bro, I feel like you just took the bus ride for content.
No, bro, the bus was like 280. Yeah,
280,
280.
wow.
Never
That's
trust the transport
cheap.
system
It's
that
cheap,
goes to
bro.
another
It is.
province for
That's one
200.
Uber trip.
Yes, and then you go and then you do a gig. You come back, you have like $800 back because you get paid 1,000. You just pay for your bus trip back, which is another 280. And then you did a
good
gig
times.
in Durban. Yeah, 2 days.
Damn.
But Loy, you are young, bro, because you said, I remember time when flights, you could check in when you walked in. I thought you were going to say, I remember when you used to smoke on flights.
What?
That's years ago, bro.
I remember you could smoke. I remember being able to smoke everywhere.
Wow.
Like I remember having a teacher in class.
Yes.
And then you're like, yeah, now that is the craziest thing.
You can't even smoke at a door of an establishment now.
Yeah, it's
Not even vape.
It's all been banned.
No, but vapors, I feel like vapors vape wherever. Like
They-
you
they-
vapors.
Don't.
You vape?
Sorry, let's just start here. Don't you vapors. I do vape. Don't put me with the group of people who vape. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you are a
So you're not a
lonesome- You are a
vapist.
lonesome.
You're a lone vapor.
What do you mean, guys? How
You
do
vape by
you
yourself.
can't vape in a group. It's not a group project. It's one vape per human. Unless we're all putting our lips together.
But when you guys vape, you like you
They
wait for
act like
someone
they
to.
don't have conferences.
No, we don't. Unless I'm not a real member, but I never get called.
Flavor of the
That's
year.
crazy.
Vapors are inconsiderate because they think the vape smoke is not dangerous.
Yeah, so a vapor will out of nowhere will sitting, and you know that smoke, bro. It looks like something's burning.
And then you're pineapple. You're like, yo,
Yeah,
man.
it's the flavor. It's just for taste. It's like a sweet.
No, if you're gonna
Yeah,
kill
no.
yourself, don't flavor it.
No, I want to die in a flavor. How about strawberry?
Funny you say that because when cigarettes came out, there was actually like companies used to let doctors sell the cigarettes for them. And like a doctor would say, oh, you got stomach ache, smoke a
healthy for
cigarette.
you.
Oh, you got toothache, smoke a cigarette. It will help you. Or it will. Some even believe that if you smoked a cigarette, you'd lose your appetite, so it would be like a diet. You're on a
Yes,
diet.
cigarette and coffee.
But everything has its goods and bads. You know, I think I just let people live, man. If you wanna do bad stuff, do bad stuff, man.
Don't say it like that. as well.
Tsitsi.
I agree with him though. Let people do what they want to do.
Yeah.
No,
Freedom of choice, guys.
No, people don't know what they want.
They do.
Oh, that's how
We must-
apartheid started. Oh, they don't know what they want. They don't want this thing.
We would like the land
They don't want the bank.
silly plan.
You don't know what you want.
Forget about that.
You don't want to live in this area.
Hill, bro. You don't want that. Trust me. You don't
Why
want
did you
Hill.
build a house here? You don't want it. Let's remove it. District 9.
I can imagine the same guy at Hillbrook today going, you see? You
Yeah.
didn't want it.
I told you.
What did I say?
I told
Yeah,
you.
that's right.
Talking about apartheid, bro. Like, apparently, there's a group of white people who want like a sovereign land in the country. I think it's like from the Northern Cape, like from Orania to like a stretch in the Western Cape that they want to name like a sovereign land in South Africa.
What, so explain to the people who don't understand. Obviously, me, I'm one of the people who gets what a sovereign is. But are you basically saying like,
What? It's all friends.
All friends.
focus on what Chandra's saying. Thanks, man. So what you're saying is like they want sort of like a Lesotho, Eswatini-esque
Yes.
kind of place.
And basically, it's Afrikaners that want to govern themselves. And now the big question is like, what do you identify as an Afrikaner?
You know what's crazy about Afrikaners? There's a documentary. Afrikaner people were given land by the Argentinian government in a place called Patagonia.
Patagonia in Argentina.
In Argentina in 1908. And they're still there.
Wow.
And they live there. And
But like Orania style, like it's their place,
Yeah,
they
just-
govern themselves.
No. It's just like a piece of land. You guys can come here and run your culture and whatever. And they are having a miserable time. No, there's a documentary. Go on. I saw it years ago on Vimeo. And it's called The Last Afrikaners of Patagonia or something. I forgot what it is.
The last.
That sounds like sounds like a superhero movie.
But they stuck in this desert and it's horrible. And I always, like this thing of like these people want to go live in America, whatever. Bro, you live in Bloom. You are not built for America.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've seen like those small Americans.
Yeah.
When you're like, brother, look at you. You're wearing a khaki.
You don't mix
You
in
have
here.
it good here. You just have to adjust your little mind to this idea. But you think, this guy, this is how I know these people are having a horrible time in America. Like, when a guy is doing a TikTok video and he's landed, let's say, in Cape Town and he's exploring and he talks about this hidden gem and he's like, it's the beggars. And when he reveals the hidden gem is muchacho, you're like, muchacho. You're like, then I'm like, dog, how bad is your life in Minnesota when you think muchacho is a hidden gem? Like, does that make sense? Then we're not from Bloemfontein. You wanna go? Hey, these ones they don't carve. They'll be back, bruh.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
They want to afford help us.
They want to afford
Yeah.
health care.
Yo.
Yeah, never mind help us. Help care.
But I went to a public hospital. There's a lot of white people in public hospital.
So imagine the American one.
Yeah.
Because the American one is bad. Like
That's the perception. The perception is that, and if you go to all these institutions where you're forced to use the government's help, like police stations, healthcare centers, you find you see like the representation of the people that use that place. A lot of white people are there, especially Charlotte MacG. A lot of white people are there. You go to police stations, a lot of white people are utilizing.
That's so cruel, bruh.
You understand? And they
imagine that
complain.
they have to phone home.
Gerald, where are you? I'm at Charlotte McKinney. Charlotte Charlotte McCall.
I'll send you a pin.
Do you know that they complain at a public hospital, which is like, I don't know, it's weird to say it, but it's like, just because the way it's set up, it's so weird to see someone wanting immediate medical attention when there's someone with a stab wound right next to you with a yellow sticker on him, meaning that nothing was punctured, he's just been stabbed and he must wait to get help. And there's someone there sitting there complaining, I want help now.
And the person should get help now.
No. At a public hospital, they will pacify you. There's
Yes,
no
I know, but,
emergency because there's
but
life.
then we can't normalize that, man. Help the person.
It's not that we normalize it. It's just like when you go to a public hospital at an emergency room, everyone has an emergency, right? But when you walk in, your mind doesn't go,
No, but
I'm
that's-
meeting 40 other people who have the same emergency.
But I don't, that person, whatever race they are in this particular context, they're white, they are urgent about what they're feeling. I don't think we should accept this idea of, this is how public hospitals are. Public hospitals should take that person's
It's not us accepting, it's the way it is. So
but the way you're addressing it is accepting it.
So
You're like,
So
but
look,
this one is...
look. This happened to me in real time. Ne? We went to the public hospital. It was here by the Helen Josephs. My grandmother was in a very bad way.
Yes,
We took her to Helen Joseph.
yes.
When we got there was same stab wounds. People.
Your grandmother had a stab wound.
No, the others.
Yo, this grandmother's
You debug.
Seemed like my
gambling
grandmother
the stock fell out.
selling snafe illegally.
Where's the 8 kg?
During COVID.
Where's the 8 kg?
That.
Mary sniff like a session.
No, I hear you. I think I hear you, but I'm just saying that we accept these things where we like, nah, man, that's a bullshit. That's a bullshit.
No, it's easy,
but Uncle-
guys.
Uncle
It's
Loy,
easy
nah.
for us to
Yes.
to say we shouldn't accept. But what I'm saying is that this is the way it is there. Here we can talk, but go there and realize that it doesn't matter what. You remember when Robbie was in hospital when he broke himself? Same thing. He waited there, the emergency room, hand like this. There was a guy who came in after him who had a bow and arrow. They shot him with a bow and arrow.
He was across the...
Yeah, they just put a sheet over him.
Yeah.
So he looked like a tent.
Bro, that story is wild.
On my life, I was like,
Dog, there's
what?
other emergencies. Your bow and arrow is not you are alive. I get wait here.
Wow.
That's wild.
And that's the crazy
Leave the
part.
arrow in.
They left the arrow in. He was literally
Leave
next
the
to Robbie with
gladiator
the
Yo,
cloth
bro.
over. But when I was at the emergency room, we were all there. Everyone had an emergency. This guy walked in, because you know Westbury is close to Helen Joseph. This guy
Colored
walked
guy.
in. Yeah, colored guy. I got shot. They were like, please relax.
Yo.
Please sit down. I got shot. Someone shot me in my leg. They're like, relax. Then they ask him, what happened? So he's like, yeah, this other black guy.
That's why you got shot.
He pulled himself back. Other black guy came to me. He said, hey, Fitzek, bring your phone. I say, nah, my brah. He said, I'm going to shoot you. I say, shoot. Then the man says, what happened? Then he shot me.
Hey, the honest black guy.
These are the results.
I mean,
These are the
the
results.
honest darky. I mean, black guy. Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't trust
Then
him, bro.
he went from that height to calm down, sit down, relax with everybody.
Bro.
Yeah, but you must remember, I don't know if you remember Waven Dawson?
Yes.
Got in a car accident, hurt his hand, died the next day at a public hospital. That's what I'm saying. We can't be... That's a case where the thing works out, but there's other cases where the thing doesn't work out. I'm just saying, I don't want to turn your happy podcast into a fucking
Sad
political...
shit.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't think as a people, a society, we should accept the things that are happening. It's like, you just be like, yo, man, this is not how you treat patients. Fuck it, whatever.
You know,
man.
Yeah, if you're not in a position to care for people, then don't be there.
But I'm saying, even the way we talk about it here, it must be off. Yeah, fuck them. They need to change that shit.
shouldn't be
As opposed to be
accepting
like,
of
oh, hey, hospital. You're like, no,
We
man.
can't get
just
used
fucking-
to it.
Yeah, we can't get used to it. We can't just get used to shit. Some of these things.
But it's
I mean,
tough.
you could have an opinion about that, and we all know that it's wrong. But when you go there,
It's a
you know,
different story.
I was there. I took my helper the other day to Charlotte MacG. You know who helps you? Who gives you the most help? Is non-medical personnel. The security guard will say, "What's wrong?" Then you say, "No,
Yeah.
but no,
This is how Dr. Matthews came into the
Yes.
picture. Now all of a sudden the security guy going, yo, temperature yako. Yes, come this side.
Yo, listen, if I need medical help and you are security out there, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. You are not the
Your
guy.
life.
You are not the guy I want to talk to at this particular juncture of my life. I need a medical professional.
Trust me, Uncle Loy, this is the mentality you have. But when you get there, you're gonna be so lonely and sick that you're gonna talk to the security guy.
No. I'm not saying I don't want to talk. If I've got a stab wound, I don't want a dentist. I don't want a plumber. I don't want security. Give me the fucking medical professional.
Give me the surgeon.
Those-
Give me the nigga that can help me.
And you know, the nurse.
You know those ones? Even my favorite footballer. Can you fuck off?
I need medical
Why do you bring
assistance.
Messi here?
I'm dying.
Messi, good to see you. But
I'm
Chita,
stepped.
what I
I'm
here?
stepped.
I'm
No, I
telling
hear you.
The nurses avoid all eye contact when you need help. Like, they're all on their phones, and if you look closely, there's Candy Crush happening on that phone. It was the most, and this was like at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know, the help had like fell in the house, and we had to emergency rush her to the thing. When you got there, I promise you, we didn't get help. And then they started shouting at somebody who's sick, and then another weird guy who was chained onto the thing. All those things that are cliche about a public hospital. That is the truth. So it's like, it is nice to say we don't want those things, but the reality is people are going to be dealing with that kind of stuff.
But
if they
people
go
also
there.
relay their traumatic experiences in those settings, which
Yeah.
then creates the expectation that if I'm ever in trouble and I have to go to a public hospital, I'm most likely not going to be helped on entry.
Yeah.
So you must lower your expectations and accept that I'm not at a private hospital, I'm at a public hospital, and this is how shit goes. Even when you walk in, nobody is looking for you. Nobody is, I went to a hospital, it was semi-private. I had my finger chopped off.
Semi-private, whoa.
It was.
What
What?
is
Is that why you have a semi-finger?
No,
Wait.
So
No,
loyal.
wait. No, wait. You have to wait. You can't just say semi-private and continue with the story.
No, but you know why? I'm saying it because I had a different expectation.
It's
right?
private, but they operate you with the span.
I walked in there and I have my tip of my finger hanging on to my bone just so that they know which way to put it and patch it. I'm standing with a fatuku there and they're asking, "Hi, ma'am, how are you?" "All right, ma'am, please can you have a seat?" I am bleeding from my finger. Blood, it's dripping. I have a tip that I can't feel. And I'm still having to wait.
Yeah,
no,
right?
pause. Hey, yo.
It's that kind of show,
Yo.
Did
I can
count?
Wow. Can I just
Semi-private.
finish
How do they
this?
operate?
What?
The doctor comes in under your stretcher. We're not very good.
So what I'm trying to say is,
We're not very good.
I can only imagine not being attended
wheel
to a
alignment.
severe injury, someone sitting there with their skull almost open and then no one's attending to you.
Do you think if you had gone to a full private, you would have had
What
I
is
probably-
your finger would be full?
I don't know what that means, but I was there and I read the signs.
Which hospital is a semi-private hospital?
They pick you up in a caravan, but you get
And someone with the window open going, "We won't, we won't, we won't, we won't."
They can see you breathing, but they still check your pulse. What are you doing? No, I must make sure.
They connect this thing to they don't have that thing, they have jumper cables. Like a petri.
Let's move on.
that thing is called a defibrillator.
I knew that. Wait, isn't that the thing on the car in Back to the
They say
Future?
Defibrillate. That thing. That
That guy.
Defibrillate.
defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
The one on the Back to the Future car.
The one that's a carburetor, for sorry.
Wrong equipment.
When you go for a checkup, they say, "Did you check the water?"
Oily on windscreen.
What a Vaseline?
Because semi-private, one's a dipstick. And it's brown.
You know I used to do that as a job.
Used to check dipsticks.
No, I used to be a petrol attendant.
Like Donald.
Yes.
At McDonald's.
No, like
No,
Donald.
Loy used to be
Oh.
before comedy, ne? Or during.
Before.
How many?
So you actually
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
illegally because you were a teenage
I was 16,
petrol
I think
attendant.
16 you could work.
Wow.
Is that
Did you drop out of school to
No,
be
I'd work after school. So I'd work from about 5 to 8 every day. And then I'd work on weekends, depending on people's shifts. Because I would work only in between people's shifts. So people are leaving work, so there's a lot of cars. But people start shifts maybe around 5, and then I rock up and then help out.
Do
with
you
everything.
have a metric?
Absolutely. I do have a metric.
He did it during school. That's
I don't do
crazy,
school.
Loy. So you used and
That's
back
wild.
in your day, it was the petrol was super, ne? It was either super or
Yeah, man. Why back in my day? Like,
Yeah, bro. Also,
it's
why are
petrol.
you guys making 40 so old?
but there was super. When Loy was a teenager, there was a petrol called super.
Unleaded.
But you're not
Was,
just
yes,
40,
I
you're 40
remember.
something.
I'm turning 42. Guys, none of these things offend me about my age.
No, I know. But
I know, but
I'm not offended, but so I used to, it was unleaded and
Loy, I have a question for you. I was speaking to Mojak yesterday, and we were talking about our process here at PNC, where we are currently now, where we do skits and we kind of don't write. And he said to me that in PMS, you guys had a section when y'all was shooting the show where y'all didn't write, y'all just showed up and it was like, hey, you stand there, and we'll
no,
just...
not at all. We wrote sketches. we wrote all the sketches except there would be an idea that someone like would be shooting on set now and someone
an
thought
idea
of an
would pop up,
idea.
yeah.
Yes.
And we would do it. But that would also be, as you produce the show, we've got 53 minutes, we've got 23 minutes. Because you have the show planned already. And then you go, this sketch is gonna go there, this is gonna go there, this is gonna go there, then this is gonna go there. And then you go, we need a 2-minute to go here. And that's the only time we would do it. But most of the time we wrote everything.
And then those sketches, would those sketches do better or than the
we
ones
never
that we
measured
wrote?
it like that. We measured if the show got better.
Better.
Like the show.
Like Spiko's sketches were not written and they took
They were
off.
written.
Were they written?
Everything was written. I do not understand this idea. Maybe I'm old, and this is the oldness coming out. I do not understand this idea of riffing everything. It's mad.
But you
have to think of ideas.
We write structure. So what we do is we write.
No, write the thing because it's better. Some of the bits would get better with time. Like it would be it's with jokes. Things just get better. People. That's why I'm like I have a detest of podcasting because everything is first draft. Everything exists in first draft. It's like, but if you gave yourself 10, these are the topics. And then you let's attack them in this particular way. It becomes a better thing to consume for me personally. But I don't want to think with you. That's you know what I mean. I don't care for that in that way. I literally just wanna.
That's dope.
Because your thought is in first draft, and first draft thoughts are good sometimes, but they're not the way to function. Because that's not how you do. It's like you look at your kid and the kid is yelling at you and be like, I should punch this nigga in the face. And then upon further consideration, you think that's a horrible idea. You know what I mean? I mean, that's being hyperbolic, but I'm just saying that's how things function. For me personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
That's a dope one.
Yeah,
That's how you
yeah.
Grammy, dog.
That's
Yeah.
how you get nominated for 2 bargain
Emmy Awards
Yeah.
and not win.
No, but
It's okay.
you were, who was nominated for that Emmy? Was it you or everybody who?
This is a show.
Like
Everybody who
if-
contributes, everybody who was on the episodes is cool. I also don't like, I was in another podcast and I was telling them.
I was about to ask you.
No, because I don't like how I don't like people place too much personal value into their accomplishments, and I just think like people should enjoy careers. Careers are very lonely. I think you should really enjoy your career, and it took me a long time to really enjoy. I really enjoy my career. I'm like, and I kind of like doing things the way I do things now because I make I consult on a lot of decisions, but I don't think people should be attached to awards and accomplishment. I think you should really do the things that you want to do and enjoy the career. So when you say Emmy, I go, oh, that was literally 10 years ago. I'm trying to do other things and different things, and you know what I mean? So I don't really get attached to awards and what I've done or what I'm doing. I'm constantly learning. Like, all of you know, when I talk to you on the phone, I'm trying to figure things out. I'm not like, I know everything. I'm always like, oh, how does this work? How does this venue work? How do you do this? How do you? I'm constantly trying to figure out the thing because I feel I don't feel incomplete, but I do feel I have a lot to learn and
So you
and
have
figure
a
out.
teachable spirit.
What are you?
Yeah, absolutely teachable.
What are you attached to in terms of maybe your accolades right now? I know you like because I watched the podcast you're talking about, which was funny because in the beginning, Zinga said, "Lord of the light skinned baby daddies." And then he was like, yo, bro, this is the tone of this whole podcast. We started with the Lord of the light-skinned baby daddies, Lord of the drip, and all that stuff. So what are you, because I was wondering, because I heard the whole thing, but I was wondering, what are you attached to? Because there are things that you're still
I
attached to.
try not to be attached to anything.
Yeah.
I think like we multifaceted human beings. So whatever's going on in your life will be in your career, right?
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
So you have your actual life has to function for your career to function, and so that's why sometimes the accumulating success from your career might not be rewarding because you still have to deal with your daddy issues. You still have to deal with whatever issue you are dealing with. You still have to deal with it. And now it's because you haven't dealt with it, it's amplified because there's $1 million in the mix. Do you know what I mean? Now you're like, oh man, this was so much better when I didn't have this loot. And it's just a horrible experience. So I always encourage people to sort of like be fully functional human beings. It's like, so when you, even if you think, let's think of the biggest star, Beyonce.
Yeah.
And Beyonce's a big star and she'll sell out like stadiums in like 200 countries. That's amazing stuff. But on her day to day, she is a human being telling her daughters, yo, you can't have sugar before the food, man. And that's what she does a majority of the time. She's a mom, you know what I'm saying? And if she's a good mom, she will write better songs. If she's a good, you know, the whole thing has to function for the whole thing to function. That's how I try to get people. And I try to tell them that, yo, your career is not gonna make things better in your life.
Yeah. So do you
It
feel like,
really won't.
Because a lot of people strive to have the best career, thinking it's gonna give them a
No.
better life.
You have to sort out everything bleeds into everything.
Yes.
That's amazing.
how because I know we spoke just before you went on your retreat, you know.
Yes.
And how was that? Because you can talk about a little bit about that.
I think
and what was the retreat?
Yeah.
Was it
that I don't really
rehabilitation?
discuss publicly,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
he knows. And if you want more detail, I can engage you holistically, publicly. I mean, not publicly, one-on-one, but generally, there's parts of my life that people don't even know, which I'd like to keep that way. And the people who know me personally know it. And the rest of the people don't know. And that's cool with me. And that's cool. But I can engage, I can answer it, but it's not a public thing.
Yeah.
Some things are public things and some things are not public things. So sometimes
Did it put you in a better place?
absolutely. I mean, it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's not
Beautiful.
like it's not like I'm there. I'm getting there. It's like there's a piece that you have to find in your spirit and in your. And when you find it, you'll find that your career is just a small part of who you are. You're an uncle, bro. You're a daughter, you're a son, you're a father. If you put the same amount of energy in being a good father that you do in your career, that you wake up, you're like, I'm gonna take this kid to the park. The same way I'm gonna send that email. It's rewarding too, you know. So for me, it's that holistic balance of like of your life. You like it's like how people during lockdown were connecting with their kids. Like, I've been on the road for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then for the first, now you have to sit with your daughter. Now she's telling you about her best friend. You're like, who? Mikeni. He had no idea. You know what I mean? And then, listen, man, I think like at the end of the day, I tell people, you could be the richest man in your world, but if your kids hate you, there's no money that can
Fix that.
feel that thing. Your kids hate you. Like Elon Musk, he can say whatever. Your kids don't fuck with you, dog. That hurts you.
Like what you're saying, it feels like personally myself, I've been stuck in
I was
reverse.
about to say.
Here we go.
Yeah, I feel like
Come I tell you.
I was like stuck in reverse because I always thought that I'm actually one of those people that think like if my career is going well, everything else would follow. But not putting in the effort in my relationships and my life.
You have more than one relationship?
Yes. Friends and
Different dynamics.
There's
but
people I love that listen to this.
Sorry, I got a bit preachy there. Sorry. Guys.
No.
It's
Beautiful. You're
also-
42.
It was
This is the time. This is the time.
why.
Yeah.
Sorry, it makes sense. I wanted to say because I think at some point at the end of the year, I was trying to figure the words out for this, but I couldn't. But the only thing I could say was when you asked about New Year's resolution. Now I want to live more with more intent.
Yeah, that was your resolution.
Yes, and that kind of like, it was like a moment of, that's how you do it. You don't just live more because I want to spend more time go-karting. It's the whole aspect of, I still have to be an uncle. I still have to show up for my friends. I still have to show up for my kid. I still have to hate my baby mom. You know, like things still. You just need to be present. Is what I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
actively participate in those roles.
Because that's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
role that's
Yes.
been assigned. Oh,
And if
fire.
you do all of those well, you have a way more fulfilling life.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Go.
When two 40-year-olds are together, what do you guys talk about?
What do you mean? 40?
Your other 40-year-old.
First of all, nigga, I'm not diseased. The way you're talking about me,
You're quarantined with
I'm
the
like,
40-year-olds.
he talks about me like I'm diseased.
What's your species of 40?
The whole time you've been talking about, you're like, oh, my groin is broken. Like,
You can never tell
your
him
groin
something
is
in
broken.
confidence.
I didn't say, I said I was playing soccer and I pulled my groin.
That's a
Oh,
40-year-old
sorry.
stuff.
Groin.
Groin. You
with a
broke
T.
your groin.
Did you like adding teas?
No reason, bro.
Scalped, depot, groint.
A 40-year-old one is not
You'll
a groin,
you'll
it's a
find
groin.
he's adding T's even to his name. His real name is Tsitsi.
Oh my goodness. Are they finishing you today?
I've just been Loyiso Gola.
Yo, they are finishing you today.
Sissy Shumeric.
Talking about putting effort into relationships. So we got a DM from someone that we would actually just like to keep anonymous.
Yes.
So basically, this person is saying that they moved from a different country and they moved here. But the problem is, like for years, she has been watching or taking notice of the Christian religion, and she belongs to a different religion, and she's seeing this Christianity and she's being drawn to it, but she knows that her father is gonna hate this, and she doesn't want to spoil the relationship because the father has done a lot for her. Apparently, they moved from that country and they moved here, and her father has been doing everything and for her, and he loves his religion, and he wants his family to be in this religion for eternity, it seems like. And so she's like really feeling moving to Christianity, but she doesn't know what to do. Does she move? What will her father do? She definitely knows her father would be upset, and she doesn't want to make him feel like everything that he's sacrificed for the family is in vain. Do you guys have any advice for her?
I know. Nah. Let the two gods fight each other.
I think Jesus must just turn things into wine and then say it's cool drink and take it from there.
Yeah.
At the meeting.
Whatever. I could do don't know.
So you're looking for a place, huh?
No. But the real idea, religion is just organization.
Yes.
So it doesn't really matter which religion you're in or what. I think we all just seek the same thing, and it's clarity, and we want to have a sense of purpose on earth. And so you don't really have to,
How do I tell my dad? Because that's
you
what
don't have to tell your dad.
No, but that's what our chief baby is saying.
Listen, first of all, it's less important to label yourself and way more important to act the way it's been instructed. And when you could take the Bible and Quran right next to each other, they say, all these people say the same thing. Whether we believe, because as human beings, we all seek the same thing. So it's not important what religion you're in.
At the end of the day, you're seeking God.
At the end of the day, you're seeking a higher power to
And
guide you
guidance,
through this
yes.
chaos. And if she doesn't have, Christianity is not, it's not a gang. You can not label yourself as Christian and act to the accordance of the Bible. That's it.
So you're saying there must be an undercover Christian?
They don't have to be undercover. It's just
From the dad, because the dad is a staunch.
She's feeling guilty
She's
about
feeling
having
guilty
to change religions.
because this oak
Yes.
left whatever war-torn country, wherever they come from, and because of these beliefs, I've managed to take you guys, bring you to this country, raise you with these beliefs. But while you were here, you got exposed to going to school with Christians, and you started seeing, oh, actually, this is a religion I feel like I fit into
Most
more.
drawn to.
So how do I then tell my dad, who's this staunch old school guy who's done everything in his power to raise us this way? Now I'm gonna come and devastate him by saying, hey man, thanks for the upbringing, but this is my path now.
Yeah, I mean,
To us, we can understand that conversation. I'm happy for my child to find God in whichever way she wants to find God. But there are parents who are like,
this is my mother's thing, this is my grandfather's thing, I've raised you this way. Now you want to tell me, now that we've moved to the suburbs, now all of a sudden you're a Christian. So how do you have a conversation with the old, is it draconian? I don't know.
Yes.
The old draconian parent who's like, this staunch. How do you tell them, Papa, look, man, love Allah and everything, but Jesus
He's my savior.
is my Lord and
Do
Savior.
you know what's so weird about this whole thing, ne? It's like the previous, like our parents, ne, the generation before them, they never wanted to control what their children would become, right? It's it's like our father's generation that, like, I don't know where it comes from, but that generation, like, they just
The boomers.
have this idea that I can control this child's destiny. I can enforce something. It's like this ridiculous thing. If I play classical music to my baby while it's in the womb, all of a sudden he'll get more neurons in his brain. He'll become smarter. It's like this need to control the destiny of the children from our previous generation.
You're going to say the destiny of the child.
It's such a weird thing because I grew up Jehovah's Witness and I know the feeling, right? They want to make you feel like we are the right ones.
Yeah,
And
like-
whoever one is practicing
Hell you go.
religion in a different way, they are wrong and they are all going to hell.
But I think, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I think if my kid came with any sort of spiritual idea, I would be encouraging of it because I understand at the core of it, they're seeking something. I think the only thing I wouldn't accept as a parent, if my child came to me and said they support Chiefs, I'd be, yo.
Wow.
Yeah, get out of my house! Get out!
These are Chiefs.
That's a
So you are telling me I raised a loser?
A homeless club.
Chiefs is not a soccer team. It's an influencer of football.
Hey, don't.
What do you mean?
Whoa. So, guys,
It's yellow, bruh.
you know we haven't answered the thing. What should this person say to their father?
Also, sometimes you mustn't bring your problems to other people.
Because now we're
Seeking answers.
Going into a section where we're answering problems.
Yes.
No, I think, I don't know, man. I'm just saying that
You
Just
know
tell
what?
him.
Can I say nay?
Tell us as a Muslim.
I think, babes, you need to reconcile with whatever outcome it is that you have when you have the conversation with your dad. Do not let your disappointment or your preemptive disappointment from your dad determine where you want to go, because that's how we live life.
Yeah, man. Because if you are gay,
No,
you
he needs
must
to
tell
relax.
him
That's what I'm
as well.
saying. What I'm saying is, she's decided that this religion that she's grown up in, she can't relate to. She cannot find God in this religion. She has found something in somewhere else. Be okay with knowing that this is what you want, and whatever result comes from, whether he heard it from the streets, their neighbors, or from you, that's what you stand by. It's okay.
Yes.
It's fine. Because at the end of the day, we're all leaving, and he might leave before you even decide to take on Jesus.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's start our section. It's time to
Get it off your chest.
What? Wait, it's
So get it off your chest is where people send us voice notes and ask us to help them. You don't.
Oh, okay, cool.
You
Bad,
don't
bad,
have
bad.
to give sound advice.
I thought Tavis was gonna remove his titties.
What?
Wow, get it off your chest.
Get it off your chest. We can help you defend. You don't have to guess.
That's our segue.
We're on quest to relieve health stress.
Get it off your chest. First voice note, maestro.
I have something to get off my chest. I just have to say that
Sorry.
Yo, she didn't even say hello. She didn't say her name.
men,
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I'm generalizing,
Yeah.
but men make it so difficult to stay with them.
No.
I don't know why you guys make it so hard for us to stay with you. Like there's no reason for you to act up. And if you don't want me around, just tell me.
I don't.
Tell me I want someone better. I think I'm better off. Also, when I ask you, do you want someone better? Should I leave? Don't beg me to stay and then act some other type of way. Guys, it's exhausting. Like, Mina, I'm of the belief or of the notion that when you want something, you behave as someone who wants that thing. If you want money, you behave in the way that money can be around you. You save, you spend money wisely. If you want a woman, you behave in a way that woman can stay in your life. Yes, baby. You treat them well so that they can treat you well, because it's true. We start by treating men the way we want to be treated, so we will take care of you. But eventually, we move into treating you how we feel we're being treated, unfortunately. So,
just realized the
girls, get it together.
Get it together. First of all, you start a conversation by hi. Not
really.
No,
It's a voice note. It's not a conversation.
Oh, Lloyd.
She's sending a voice note.
She must say hi. She must tell us her name, or if she wants to stay anonymous. She just went straight into, hey, men are trash.
Oh, man, this is not Highveld. This is not 947. This is a fucking backroom studio. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. The lady came here with a problem. Now you no, leave that lady alone. She told you know the issue at hand. Why does she not? It's not Metro FM here, though. What the fuck is talking?
From the baby's father is a strange.
That's the problem. That's the real issue.
Problem.
Here.
I can feel.
He doesn't want to be there.
Even that cry, you can hear, Papa.
No.
Yo,
It's horrible.
Yeah, you've changed since you've been a present father.
I don't hang out with unpresent fathers anymore. Yo.
Anymore.
I used to have a lot of unpresent father friends. And then the other day, a friend of mine was like, yo, I'm going to leave my child. I'm coming with you. I'm like, no. Stay with your baby. I can't say his name, but his name rhymes with...
Aye.
With Conka.
I had to cut off a friend for being a unpresent father recently.
Why?
So what is this lady's problem, bruh? She's complaining that men...
Listen, there's a lot of things that are lacking in her things.
In her
what's
story.
her age? What's her home situation?
But that's what I was saying, and you said it's not Highveld here, man.
No, but
Within the situation.
we don't know a lot of things about that situation.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with greeting, though, Pops. Whether she greets or not, she neglected a lot
Pops
of
respect.
Is elder 30s. They are
Yeah.
worried about greetings. When you're 40, you're worried about sense. We are dealing with a lot of things here. Yo.
Many
Farieda.
demographics.
Wow.
Is
Yo.
it true,
Good
Farieda?
luck to
Is
us.
that how women feel like men have become these
Depending
days?
on the situation itself, I'm feeling like she feels like the person she wants to be with or said she wants to be with is not giving her what she wants. So she's feeling like, why do men? And she said she was sorry to generalize, but it's clear that she's had more than one occasion of experiencing lack from the person she's dating.
Yeah.
Hey, man, find someone who wants you. If the O's not there, he doesn't want you. Get the message,
Also,
bruh.
if he's
Come on.
saying, if he's saying, sometimes
like
test the donkey. Donkey says, I don't want water. You say, cool.
Yes.
If you're going to take him back after he said, I don't want you, you must
Also,
know.
also, guys, don't take advice from people who talk to donkeys. That's people who talk to donkeys.
Wait for this donkey, I tried to give it water. Nothing. But every time I put Stony, it's drinking.
Yes!
And you can take a donkey to the horse.
Yes!
What? You can take the donkey to the horse? Take the horse to the ring.
What is it, Tsitsi? Why does he keep doing this?
You can take a donkey
The
to
donkey
horse, but
said
the
she
carrot
wants
won't.
sparkling. Now it's confused now. Farieda, no.
No, what I'm saying is,
Yo,
if the guy has said,
Drink sparkling water.
my sister,
Yeah,
go
boy.
to people who want you. If they don't want you, don't go there. End of story. Let him be. You guys can co-parent if he wants to be there as a co-parent. It sounds like you guys are with child. But yo, man, if someone wants you, they'll be there. They'll make the effort, they'll make the time. If they don't, they'll show you signs. Don't beg, don't be begged. If there's begging involved, it's not worth it. Be employed together. Next voice note.
Poppity pops.
Jumalang, hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is alright. Genuinely hope everyone is good and alright. And yeah, I just want to just say for you guys, ke le rata Malso Balso. Ke le rata go ya go ile. Like, and actually I was introduced by my younger sister, and ever since I've been in love. So we appreciate the laughter. We appreciate you guys just making this life thing lighter and everything, and continue the good work. And
Reach for a
yeah,
dream here.
what I would like to get off my chest is yes, Goa.
We can
Yes, Goa. Anyway, what happened was there's a whole lot, but like long story short, I've been dating this guy for 2 years now. Yes. So, us dating for 2 years, I feel like I've been like downplaying it or like turning a blind eye to it. But I understand like we were both from like quite traumatic backgrounds and everything. But I try by all means to like be soft and delicate and sensitive around him. I choose my words and all and everything. But lately, I've been feeling like I'm on emotional disposal. Something, you know. Yeah, I've been feeling like we're taking that person or that place, whereas they choose to like discard of whatever it is that's bad that's going on in their lives and everything, you get.
Hey.
And basically, I feel like I'm here because I'm an asset to his mental health, you know. And then now what I feel, what I'm going through and everything, yeah, we hear it now, but do we consider it? No. So like, I'm just wondering, how do I go about this whole thing? And advice would be highly appreciated this side. Okay, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, goodbye.
I have no idea what was said
This
here.
person talks like they're wearing lingerie. I'm like, yeah.
Asset to your mental health. How was it? No.
I thought this was like one of those, you know, reach for a dream voice notes. He had that voice of like, I'm not gonna be around much longer. If you guys just, you know, make my day.
The medicine is not working.
Hey guys.
Did you try a cigarette?
But I don't know what the issue.
I also don't know what the
I
issue.
think
Who
he's
heard what she
I
said?
think
The
to
dude
summarize.
is not emotionally available.
No, so she's dating a bro. It's been 2 years. So basically, she was being nonchalant about the relationship.
Nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
Where did you learn that nonchalant?
In the dictionary next to Naftal.
Nonchalant is nonchalant.
Yeah. I don't even know why I did that. I'm sorry, my brother.
That's such a Naftal thing to do. Why do I keep saying these things?
But yeah, continue. I'm trying
She's been dating this guy
for 2 years.
Roughly 2 years.
Yeah.
I guess she wasn't really paying attention to the relationship. She was just flowing with it. But most recently, she realized that, she starts feeling like this guy basically trauma dumps. So she feels like this guy just rocks up to let loose, get rid of all his stress, and then bounce. So she's feeling like his mental asset. She doesn't feel like a girlfriend.
This Hans must date you because you're such a good listener. None of us heard that shit here.
Yeah, she needs a good
We were like,
listener.
hey.
Yeah, but also whatever she's providing to this guy, that's the perfect relationship in my book. If your man can come to you and let loose and be free and tell you whatever's bothering him, I don't think it's a thing you should feel like, you're making me a therapist or whatnot.
She may be feeling shortchanged in the other aspects of the relationship. So all she's getting is him telling her his problems, and she feels like, oh, when do we get to be in a relationship?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
bad.
She's been nonchalant for 2 years.
Wait.
Yes, she was.
Okay, now you're just overusing the fucking word.
I don't want to say
about her.
The nonchalant is
But
about
she
this.
hasn't cared for 2 years. So in the context
Okay,
of a
wait.
relationship,
Can and I only cut you off because the 2 years is an important thing.
Yeah.
This is where my 40-year-old ass comes in. 2 years, and you might agree with me, 2 years, the second year with a woman, crunch time.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's crunch time.
That's where you see if love really lives here.
No, there's, where is this going?
Yeah, pink phase is over. Now,
Yeah, it's like 2 years is on. That's like, hey, it can't be lackadaisy. We can't just be, I don't want to say, what's the word?
Nonchalant.
There are very few words that describe that thing.
Answer.
Can't be lackadaisy.
Yeah.
It has to be intentional, because 2 years is a long time.
For them.
Anybody.
It's a long time for us.
It's the
It
beginning.
depends.
It's 2 years. 2 years is too long for that.
That kind of
For not
movement.
caring.
There,
I agree
for
with
us,
you.
2 years, we're still in the
is-
beginning. We're still feeling out in 2 years. But
3 years, I'm
but
like,
to a lot of women, it's like, yo, we've been together for 2 years. Nigga. Where we going here? And it's like, but
Year
I
three.
said I
Have
love
you ever
you.
been with someone, you meet someone that says, where is this thing going? And then you go, this thing here is going to Anditio. It's 3 years.
Hey!
It's going for
It's the only place that opens right
Going
now.
for
It's going
lunch.
to Anditio.
Yeah,
After
where's
the
this
club.
2 years going to?
We are
Year
going
3.
to
That's where we're
Anditio.
going to. We're going to next year.
Yeah, this thing's going to next year. And the year
Yeah.
after, and the year after.
I
Then
think it's-
maybe at 4, 5, 6, 7, we can
10, 20.
consider.
But
a
to ba
proposal.
20.
Yeah.
20 years.
Have
good.
you- yeah, I know. Yeah, but yeah, I think, yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a problem in this relationship.
There isn't a problem, but then she doesn't feel like her needs are taken care of, maybe.
Yes.
My sister, find someone who can take care of your needs.
Yes.
If that's not the guy, if he's too nonchalant, go find a chalant guy. Guys,
Or combine them.
wow,
Nonchalantly
so she must
chalant.
get a chalant and a
Nonchalantly
nonchalant
chalant.
and build one guy.
Come on with it.
No, you are causing problems. My sister, if you
There's
want
not
someone,
enough guys.
She's feeling used at this point.
find
So
someone
if-
who's not going to use you. Then.
If your emotions are running dry with having to participate in these conversations,
What does content look like in this
content
day and
is
age?
subjective to everybody.
Maybe she
That's
just
what I'm saying.
doesn't like him.
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. So,
She's
so
feeling-
leave. That's what people, that's what the other person was talking about. If you're not comfortable where you are, vie, my sister. Vie,
Yeah.
go.
That's
go,
true.
go. 2 years is not long. You still have more time. You can find someone else and start something else.
You don't know the specifics. You don't know how old that person is.
That voice sounds, yeah, actually. that voice
23.
sounds- yeah, that voice sounds old.
It's tough. It's hard out here for a pimp.
There's two options here, guys. Honestly, if you want to make something work, stay, fight, and make it work. If you feel like it's too much, you can't handle it, then vibe, bruh. You always have two options: stay or go. You decide.
Next
You know-
voice note.
We're going
just
to the
before, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, some of these voice notes, you understand why people can't talk to the people in question.
Because they spend 7 minutes telling us a problem. Imagine if you were the guy.
But here, this one in particular, I'm like, but what's so difficult about talking to the
talk it-
guy
yes.
about it?
Telling him this is how I'm feeling.
This is not
Yeah, no, that's not an
yo,
easy
my
thing.
whole life will change if I tell the truth or what. This is merely a, hey man, I don't want to always feel like a
You're
dump
punching
truck
back.
for your
yeah.
emotions.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes
take
can you
it
just
wrong,
come,
bro.
do the thing, and go?
That's when you start treating someone fragile and then you keep taking on more than you can take.
And then she also said, that's why whenever I'm with him, I'm trying to be soft, trying to be understanding. I'm trying to,
So
which means
she's
she's not
running
even
out of
being
the
herself.
patience. She's running out of the patience to
Yeah.
fully volunteer herself to this person to take on the problems. She's feeling like a dumpster. It's not me talking. She's feeling like, oh, here he goes. Then I tell me about his day and how he's feeling
Yeah.
unemotional.
Maybe you should just have an outburst.
I think the
Like,
truth-
you're not Temba. Man up.
I think
Man up. Stop talking about your feelings. Be a man, Temba. Yes, sis.
Hey, but that hurts, bro. Someone
No, but
once
what-
told me, like, when I shared my emotions, then that person, which is my ex now, she was like, I'm the bitch here. That's what she said, bro.
You see,
Then
that-
after that, I never shared my emotions ever. No matter
So
how
why are
I'm
you
feeling.
starting now? Why are you starting? Why are you starting now? Please, bro, we're working here. Go funny.
We're making people laugh.
No, but I mean, like,
That's funny.
the thing about relationships is that there's a vulnerability about yourself that you gotta allow. Even if you like a person has discouraged you from being vulnerable, you have to find it in yourself to be vulnerable multiple times until this is the person you're spending the. To experience it optimally, you have to allow yourself. Otherwise, every time you lack vulnerability, it takes away from the experience.
Oof, love it.
You have to always be vulnerable. Always be vulnerable.
Mateos, hit us with the next one. Hopefully it's shorter. Guys, please keep your voice notes short. Yo, I feel tired after that one. Yeah, next one.
Hi, PNC.
Oh,
Oh,
energy.
you another nipple rubber.
Anyway, what I wanted to get off my chest is that last year I was doing matric, right? And
A young
then,
nipple.
like, throughout the year in like grade 11, my marks were coming fine. And I got
take
like
down the volume.
provisionally accepted to like a lot of, not a lot, about 2 NW and UJ universities, right? But come final marks, I didn't meet the requirements. Unfortunately, I was rejected, right? And there was so much pressure for me to like go to university, get an education. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna apply to UNISA, and at least my parents will be happy on that side. What I wanted to do was like upgrade my marks, not like rewrite my whole matric, just upgrade like a few
There's 4
subjects. And
accents
my
here,
parents they're not hearing me. You get. So now I'm here studying a course that's going to make me amount to nothing. And I'm also rewriting like one subject, but with the other, okay, I'm making this very long. I'm like dragging this. Basically, what I'm asking.
This sounds like all of our
What
accents
am I
combined.
asking? Basically, I don't know what to do because I don't want to go to university and I want to go, but can I, like, is it wrong for me to go on a gap year and fix my matric marks? Like, would it be wrong for me to like drop out of UNISA? Like, would it be a bad thing? Because I'm studying, whatever I'm studying is not, like I'm studying archaeology. I'm not gonna amount to anything.
Oh.
With that type of degree.
No,
like I
ma'am.
did my research. There's no jobs.
But
yeah, that's my
She's so real.
get it off my chest.
Oh, she's real for that one.
Yo, thank you for being real. There's nothing wrong with taking a gap year, to be honest. But
Your gap
you
years are for rich people, yo.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. If you're going to take a gap year, you must be able to subsidize that gap year. So if you're going to take a gap year, go and find a job so that you can upkeep your bills. Because when you're a kid living under your parents' rule and law, you kind of have to do what they tell you to do because they're paying for everything. But if you take a gap year and you find a young span, maybe you're a petrol attendant, we don't know. Up to you. You decide what span you want to get. As long as you can sustain yourself, then take the gap year because you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're studying something you don't want to study. Because you'll never, even if you found a job as an archaeologist, your mentality is already like, I don't like what I'm studying. I'm probably not going to make it. You're not going to strive to be the #1 archaeologist in the game. You know what I mean? So rather leave it so you can go and study something else. I was in this very similar situation. I was studying logistics management at UJ. And I realized when I was there that, it's not what I want to do. And I left, bro. I bounced. I had to be honest with myself. So well done for being honest with yourself. Move, bro. Stop everything. Cut. Don't study something you're not happy with.
The only thing is like she wants to drop out of UNISA. You can't drop out of UNISA. You just stay home.
Put a pause.
You carry on staying home.
You just don't open the mail.
Also,
Well, we're all thinking the same thing.
yeah, but
That line.
Yeah.
Because I was also.
How do you drop out of UNISA?
The thing is that I honestly believe I have a very different approach to you. I believe that going to university has a bigger value than just
the thing you're studying.
I agree. There's a lot of value in going to university. My brother is in exactly the same situation. You know, he couldn't study what he wanted to study. Actually, he wants to become a soccer player. And I believe that...
You study to be a soccer player?
No. I'm saying he wants to become a soccer player, but he wanted to subsidize it with some kind of education so that he can be closer to a university.
Or my
It's
sports
easier,
science.
yeah. So then it's easier to, but he couldn't get into that stuff, and he wanted to upgrade, but my parents were putting him in a situation to study, and now he's studying. But I'm glad that he is, even though
What's
he's
he
not
studying?
I don't like business management, and
that's perfect.
And I'm glad that he's studying something because
Not
I know.
archaeology. You're gonna end up robbing graves. But yeah. Okay.
So, because being in a university environment kind of puts you in a situation where you're able to critically think, you're around a lot of people your age that are thinking, and you're around a lot of good things. So I wouldn't just say drop out and go and do, because have you seen people who do upgrading? You go to school like on Tuesdays only.
At night.
Yeah, at night. And every other time you're wasting your time. And when you waste your time, you can find other things that feel more fulfilling, but they don't have longevity, those things. So I don't agree with just leaving university. I think do archaeology. There's a lot of things to learn in archaeology. Homo naledi, all those things. So
Wow.
can find a new, Indiana Jones and
Where do you do
stuff
your
like-
practicals? Go Egypt.
No, but like
Cradle of Humankind. There's a huge project happening in archaeology where they are literally studying all the points because of Pangaya. So what they do is there's actually a lot of jobs.
Yo, Pangaya. Yo, public school.
They're studying the links between land masses. So they'll go there and they're trying to
Yeah,
find
sound like a
similarities.
knife.
I mean, that project is still ongoing, and I think there's
Small
like
prayer
7 or 8
panga.
years left of it. So there's gang jobs.
But I mean, I think like it's if you like 20 or 19, there's an urgency. You remember when you were younger and you forgot your PT shorts. Remember how crazy of an emergency that was in your life?
Yeah.
And then you grow older, you're like, hey man, that was just PC shorts. And then like when you are leaving high school, you have what I call the PT shorts syndrome, where you think everything is urgent and everything determines, and every little decision determines my future at 40. And you're like, nah, man, do whatever course you have to do, and life will pivot you to wherever life pivots you. And I'll give you a bizarre story. So I repeated grade 11. It was no. This is a variable idea. I know there's jokes, but let's hold it for 2 seconds. But I repeated grade.
We'll hold them back.
I repeated grade.
Whoa.
I repeated grade 11. Now, what's crazy about that? It was like weird because it was like sort of this embarrassing idea, and then I'd also been doing stand up. It was cool. If I didn't repeat the grade, I wouldn't have done as much stand up, because that was the year I decided between basketball, because I was playing basketball. There were universities that were interested. So if I got certain grades, I'd be able to go to like certain university on this particular scholarship. So that year I chose between basketball and stand up. So I'm like, I don't really like basketball. And the reason I didn't like basketball wasn't because I didn't like the sport. I hated that at school they shouted you. Then you come home, your mom is shouting for dishes. Then you go practice, your coach is yelling at you to run. I'm like, okay, let's cancel one yelling. Then I cancel the one yelling. Then I'm doing stand-up. Now, cut to when I matriculate.
Yeah.
When I matriculate, maybe 4 months after I do 4 months after I matriculate, the Pharoahfi show is on air. But before that, I didn't really know what I was going to do. I had decided that I wasn't going to go to university. And I don't encourage anyone to not go to university. First, because you're not as talented as me.
True.
And you weren't working since high school. This person and your parents won't allow you to make the decisions because you're not working. I could make that decision. And if I'm being honest with myself and I tell you that, no, do what you want, that's not how it works. If they're paying for it, they get a say in it somehow. So it's a bit tricky for you. But if you had made your own money, it'd be like, yeah, no, this is what I'm deciding, this is what I'm deciding. It is what it is. So when I finished school, the Pharoahfi show, they're writing this thing. And during my high school life, the later years of my high school life, Kakaso had shot a pilot for Pharoahfi that I was supposed to be in, but I couldn't get off school. And I thought I'd missed that opportunity as well because couldn't be because. So when he calls after school, this is 4 months, I realized, oh shit, if I had finished school a year earlier, I would have lingered for a year.
Yeah.
And this thing that's happening in South African comedy wouldn't have been a good entry. I would have been disgruntled or whatever the case. Wherever you are is where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
Right? And all you can do is plan, pray, do whatever you do, but have your plan and just trust the timing of your life. And it seems crazy, but the timing of that and the timing of my life at the time was good. So I think they should plan and do do what's possible. But it's not the end of the world. In 6 years' time, this thing's gonna seem like a very small thing.
Yeah.
So the only thing I say, trust the timing of your life.
Friday. Next voice note. Yeah. Yo, we're getting shouted at.
Hello
the back.
team, I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are
We're
well.
not good.
My get up your chest is quite lengthy and I apologize. I know you guys don't like it. But it's quite a long story, but I'll try to keep it short. Nah. So I met this guy 2023 and October, November, somewhere there. And then we started talking. Then beginning of Jan 2024, then we started dating. We things official and we dated, right? However, I had just gotten out of a very toxic relationship, if I could say. I was very hurt in that previous relationship. I had been through a lot and I had just come out of that. Then I went to him and I realized that I jumped too fast into a new relationship and that's on me, right? So this guy, we dated, he loved me. He showed me how much I deserved to be loved. He sort of made it easier for me to now finish my healing journey, right? And then around Feb, I realized that no man, I can't give this guy the love that he's giving me because I'm not yet ready for it. And I don't reciprocate the energy that he's giving me. I don't reciprocate the love he's giving me, He would do things for me and I would do nothing and I wouldn't even care. And I felt like it was not fair on him for me to do that. So I was honest with him. I told him that, hey, dog, I don't think I'm ready for this. I think I dated you too quickly and I don't think that's fair on you. So I think we should just leave this. Maybe we can be friends, whatever you'd like to do. And then he's like, no, we can be friends. I know what you've been through. I understand, Okay, which was nice. And then so we did that. We became friends. We started talking. But I kept it very surface level so that he does not get the wrong impression, right? How the weirdest thing happens now, guy now comes back late last year, and then he texts me. He's like, no, I know you're a business person and I have a business idea and I think we should partner up and do this business together, right? I'm like, okay, no problem, we can do that. And then he proposes his business to me. We talk about it more and whatever. Now we start talking a lot now, again, because we weren't talking a lot, but we were talking. So now we're talking quite a lot. And he tells me that he misses me. He does, the usual. And now I told him that I'm healed now. I'm okay now. But I don't think we match. I don't think we match. And he seemed understanding of it, but now it's every day, good morning, good night. Now he seems like we're in a couple and I'm a bit confused as to what's happening because he did seem like he understands that we are not good for each other. But now every day he's texting me, good morning, how are you? He calls me baby, and I don't know how to stop it without hurting him. I need to stop it. I need to now put brakes on it because it feels like I'm leading him on. However, I don't know how I'm doing that because I was honest with him. I'm a bit confused, guys, and I hope you guys can help me with that. I hope you guys can help me with that. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Firstly, I'd like to say I hate this woman.
Jeepers.
Hate.
Terrible human being.
Why?
Why?
I don't know why she's horrible, but she is.
Oh.
She's horrible. Sis.
Tabiso.
Sis.
Batu ba Modimo.
Tabiso.
Sometimes you gotta allow yourself to be used, man. Move on, man. They used you for your emotional what? Get on with it, bro.
What was she saying? Please sum it up for us.
I heard that.
Basically, she came out of a terrible relationship. She jumped into another relationship with a guy. He's treating her too nicely. She can't take it. She's used to whatever abuse she's used to. She wants to heal. She said, let's take a break. Brr agreed to take a break. It's been a year later. Brr tries a way to come back by saying business venture, ing. Basically including her in his life and whatever.
Future planning.
She agrees to that, but now he's getting close again. And she's like, no, but
Yeah,
I
but the
don't want
thing is,
this.
she's not being honest. I mean, Pops, like, if I don't want you to text me, I'll say, yo, Pops, yeah,
Stop
please
texting me.
Stop texting me. I don't understand this thing of like past, you know what I mean? Like, this person is texting the shit out of me and I cannot breathe. Like, yo,
bruh, block the nigga.
block the dude. So I think like there's an enjoyment of like
horrible
the
person,
attention.
I'm telling you, it's a horrible person.
Which is where I find dishonest.
No, you said it in the beginning. I don't know if we were rolling or not.
Sometimes
You
I
said
freestyle,
you need therapy, and you need in life you need therapy
and a case number.
Yeah, and a case number. You know, sometimes that's what you need to deal with trauma. You need therapy and a case number.
Yeah.
Yo, man, like you came and told us a 4-minute problem that's not a problem.
Just block the person.
Yeah, like, hey man, if you're not happy, move.
But she said they're not dating anymore, are they?
They're not dating.
But leave.
Yeah, so-
if
so
the guy
that's my
is
thing.
bothering you, he's trying to put you in a business plan. He's trying to create a...
The guy
Go
also
away.
needs to just leave this person.
That's what he's only gonna leave her when she says, "Listen, we agreed we're gonna be business partners. I don't feel comfortable with you texting me the good morning, или calling me babe. Can we cut it and keep it professional?" She's the one who's scared to say, "Hey, I'm not comfortable."
But also, here's okay,
Why go
just
to business with someone that still wants you?
Just to play devil's
There's
advocate.
other business. You go work with, I don't know, mom.
She didn't say to the guy. She said it to us, right?
Yes.
She said it to us that I don't like this, I don't want this in. But she says when they broke up, she told the guy, yo, I don't think this is fair on you that I didn't deal with my trauma from a previous relationship.
Yes.
So I'm not ready for this. This guy came back a year later. Because in his head, he thinks she will be ready one day.
just gave her
after
time.
she's
She
dealt
never
with the
got
thing.
therapy.
So she didn't even say, my brother, I don't want you.
Okay.
Because now what she's saying to us, she doesn't want this.
Right.
That this guy's offering, this softness or whatever, this nice relationship. That's not what she wants.
So what do you hate
So
her?
she needs to stop him from like a restraining order.
Yes.
Case number.
She couldn't restrain the abuser.
Well,
Now
but
she must restrain the nice guy.
But am I right by saying what she's saying?
you're
What
right,
she's saying
guys,
is that
this one's
I
not
don't
the one.
like this nice relationship. I want to be abused.
No. She's not
It could
saying
be
she
an
wants
effect.
what she has.
She may not be saying it, but it's also an effect.
Yeah.
Because when you're used to something and you get something else, it feels uncomfortable. Why?
Yeah, why is it being so nice?
And that's so stupid to say, but it's a psychological thing. She hasn't healed. She's
Isn't
aware
there a
of
soccer
it.
player that his wife left him because of that? Like someone like Kaka. Yeah.
Yeah,
His wife
she
was like,
too nice.
this guy's
But
too
I've
nice.
watched the interview of Kaka. I would also leave you. I would tell her nice. Rapella for every question. Thank you, that's Jesus.
No, he's a super religious guy.
Yeah, like
He
he's
is,
too
bro.
nice,
He
bro.
is.
But he's what? Oh,
DJ.
The reason I said,
I think in life you must just learn to be more discreet. Can't just walk around like ambulance.
no, but the reason I say I hate this girl,
You should have been there when this chick was sending this voice note.
it's, bruh, if you don't want the person, tell them. Don't
think she
string them
has.
along.
I think she has, but this dude also is not getting the hint. I think she has to show him how uninterested she is.
Yeah.
Take a picture
Block her,
that
dude.
says, Spamandla, I don't want you. Put it as your WhatsApp profile picture. Put it on your wall on Facebook. Put it on your Instagram. Do a TikTok going Spamandla and Dukfun Spamandla and Dukfun. Hey man,
But
leave
he also sounds like the
Spamandla
type,
alone.
He sounds like the type who will manipulate you.
Hey man,
You don't know.
Listen,
bro.
Farida,
You don't know, Farida.
people are acting like hostages and there's no guns here, man.
What I'm
They
saying
are
is,
real life hostages
guys,
here.
listen,
Why now you want to act like
listen.
you've been held hostage?
Just listen.
Fire.
Oh my lord.
Okay, Farda.
This guy is using a tactic that he probably used before.
Money.
Obatla love this girl.
Yeah.
He's using the soft approach to say, it's nice here. I can treat you like the princess you want to be.
And his shoulder.
But it did, and she didn't like it. Now she needs to take the steps to say, hey, Abuti, I keep it soft, and I keep it wena.
Yes, tell him. Go.
That's all, but that's why I'm saying,
Leave,
this is why
man.
I said I hate, because this person doesn't sound like she's being upfront. It's like how you're saying, maybe parts of it, she enjoys the attention, but now it's one of those, you know when girls post on Instagram, yo, Mang is in my DMs, and you're like,
it's fishing.
We know exactly what you're doing. You're not really worried about this person being, you just want to tell the world, Imana, I'm getting attention, I'm getting. So it's one of those where you're like, yo, if you don't like the guy, tell the guy straight up, Imana, stop this. I'll never develop feelings for you. Even if I heal from my trauma, this will never happen. You've shown me what you offer. I don't like it. It's too soft. It's too nice, whatever. Move
She must
on.
be nonchalant.
Nanso. She must be
my sister.
Lawe.
I've never been bored by a voice note, but yo, what a boring way to end the
You're
show.
lying. You. Before we started the show, you showed me. You made me hear voice notes.
Which voice note?
Yeah.
They
were not boring.
No.
And all those voice notes had lisps.
Wow.
You don't get it.
Let's close.
Anyway, cheese, baby.
Lisp. I'm stuck on Lisp. Tsitsi, what's going on?
That's a takeaway.
See what's going
That's a
on.
takeaway. You'll get it at home.
Wait. No. This podcast will not close until I finish.
That's a 40-year-old
Only
right
has
there.
hot days.
Arifilo until you solve a crime.
Lisp.
Yo, what a
You know what I
boring.
don't like about lisps? Is that the people who have them can't say what they have.
Wow.
Wow.
That is so rude.
Wow. Hey, cheese babies. On that boring note, yo, I was borile, my sister. Yar. No ways. Nah, she bored us, my dog.
Because what is that?
What is that? Send that one to Metro FM.
That one is for naked DJ.
Yeah, that was for naked. Let naked dissect.
Amen.
Yeah, please, guys, from next week, no more voice notes longer than 4 minutes. Because now you've
Longer
played-
than 4.
Longer than 2. That was a 4-minute voice
and a
note.
half.
Yeah,
You are-
that was
not
what
only
we
are you
agreed on.
boring us, you are boring minute and a half. Yeah,
Yes.
minute and a half.
Be specific.
You are
man.
boring us. You are boring the cheese babies. You are eating people's data for a non-existent problem. Hamba. Yar. Anyway, on the 28th of June, we have celebrations, okay? My birthday is coming up. So Pop-Pop's birthday comedy special happening at Gold Reef City Casino. So make sure you get your tickets at Ticket Pro.
And
Web
let me
tickets.
tell you something about that show. You never know.
Yes.
What you're gonna get.
Yes.
Because last time we found out that Pops is Christian. Eh? I was like, yeah. I know Pops, but Christian Pops.
And I was drinking. And then when the pastor came out, I was too drunk. I was too drunk to pray. Yo,
So this year, he could be Muslim. You don't know.
We'll welcome him.
yeah, no.
When
It's always a good time.
I'm Muslim.
I have a
chewing
Muslim.
bubble gum during Ramadan.
Hey, that's a Good night.
Hi.
No, you say you don't even know what condition I have. You don't know what condition I have. You don't know what condition I have?
Your condition is thirst.
Uklamba.
What a trap.
Hey.
Okay. So, guys, this concludes the end of our podcast.
No.
Yeah, it's time to go home.
Can't just conclude and end in one sentence, bro. to end is to conclude.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have to use
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Can use both.
Technology.
We are concluding to the end.
The grammar police.
Sometimes redundancy works.
Let's open to welcome.
In order to reiterate the message.
Let's begin
Let's open to welcome as we conclude to end.
Yeah, let's link to
Hey, can I also plug? I got a
Plug
show
it.
on the 28th of March at Empress Palace.
Nice.
Not the same venue as you.
No, I'm at Gold Reef.
You're at
Same
Gold
day.
Reef.
Yeah.
What was the dream?
I'm doing Gold Reef in, I think, June.
He's doing 28
Yeah.
March.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But I haven't released those tickets. I'm going to
Yeah.
But 28
So where can we get tickets for your show and what's it called?
Web tickets. It's Loyiso Gola Live. I don't need a title. I'm
Yes!
Loyiso Gola, man.
Beyonce.
No, it is.
Why do you need titles?
There's not even
Beyonce.
a picture on the poster. It's just the name.
You get?
You get me?
Yeah.
Loyiso Gola Live happening 28 March, Emperor's Palace. Tickets are available online.
Violent.
Web tickets.
The poster looks like
And a pick and pay, I think. Yeah, pick and pay.
the poster looks like like the new caravels are painted white and orange.
It's not orange, man. It's a different color. Hey.
It's nice, though. I like it. I like that whole aesthetic.
Guys, if you want to catch some laughter on the 28th of March, make your way to Emperor's Palace. All roads lead
Pellets.
there.
Pellets.
Matthew, you can't be white and correcting English.
You
Isn't that how
can.
it
That's
works,
where
actually?
that's the person who should correct
Yeah,
you.
that's how it works.
What's going on today?
What's happening in
Your
this?
your aura, bro.
It's that voice
It's
note.
This guy.
Yeah, he shook him up a bit.
Your aura, you made him Tsitsi today. This guy was-
Lo's my hero.
What
I
is
love
it?
it.
What is making
No,
it?
don't
This
let
is
them,
how you
don't
sound
let them
every
take you out
week.
of context.
What do you mean?
Don't
That's how
let
you
them
sound.
Hey,
take
don't
you
get, guys. Pops wants to end.
to conclude.
Wait, there's another show we need to plug to promote. Dylan Oliphant, Massa Kent.
Hey, thank you for adding the Kent.
Hey.
Massa Kent on the 26th of April at the Theatre of Marcellus. That's in Emperor's Palace.
Yeah,
Dylan
yeah, same
Oliphant.
theater.
Yeah, so
Okay.
get those tickets as well. And I'll announce next week. It's too much.
It
Is
doesn't
it
have
FOMO
left
or
next
you don't or you have
16
something?
July, I'm doing my 1 minute.
Yeah. Guys, thank you for watching today. That was yes, goodbye. Yes, July. Winter, deep in winter. We are wearing shirts, sleeveless. You wanna tell us about July? Oh, Tsitsi, relax a bit.
Oh my days.
Do you have a poster? I want a poster.